time. Come on.
There are things in this world we cannot explain. Something hidden just beyond our view. Journey with us as we attempt to pierce the veil between our world and theirs. Join us as we pass through the doorway to the dead.
Join us at WLFE-DB.com for upcoming shows and so much more.
Wait, did I? Hold on. Right. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I don't know how. It's like 3,000 a month.
Is your mic's muted?
Oh. We're.
Chris, I'm muted. I'm talking away. I'm muted.
Oh. Okay.
Welcome in, everyone. Doorway to the Dead, 2-hour show, WLFE. And tonight's guests, we have Pam and Steve. Steve might get it just a little bit better. Something about my leg. Okay. And you just got to get close to me, Steve. You got to move the camera out for a minute. Yeah, well, we don't have that kind of technology yet. So welcome in Jenny Olson, Mike Laciana, Journey Through the Gate Paranormal Portal Podcast, which I believe would be Cisco, John McGinnis, Linda Bird, Mike Simpson, Jerry Swope, Bob Burnell, Judy Love, Christopher. How do you pronounce his last name again? Who? Chris. Chris DeCesare. Chris DeCesare, that's what I thought it was, but I didn't want to butcher it.
Well, I think we can do
So, tonight we are nothing but Bash. We are a week away. 1 week away from the beginning of the 4th annual Gettysburg Battlefield Bash, because last year's event had to be canceled. It's friggin' COVID. But we are 1 week away from this year's event, bigger and better than ever. And why don't you guys just talk a little bit about...
Well, I think the latest and greatest thing is we had a meeting with the Wyndham today. There is no CDC guidelines with their company and the Wyndham and stuff like that. So right now, there is no mask mandate.
Okay.
All right. We will have masks there. If someone, here we go. Let me go over here later. We will have masks there if someone wants to wear a mask. So we're supplying them. There's plenty of hand sanitizer out. So if you wish to wear a mask, there will be masks provided for you. You know, one wear 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't care. It's up to you, your choice. But it's not going to be pushed on you. So,
and
unless the Wyndham changes it, and the Wyndham says, between them and CDC or whatever they have to go by at the Wyndham, then we'll change it.
Well, why don't we kind of talk a little bit about, get it out of the way early, the painful subject of last year's event not being able to go down, and just let everybody know just how much work was put into something that wound up being canceled out of your control.
Well, I think that happened with not only us, happened with every business in Gettysburg. We were getting down to the wire, and then the governor closed down with all the COVID guidelines. So that pretty much shut it right down there. So.
And like I said, there's a lot of work. Jim and I see a little bit more than most people, because we're here all the time, but still we don't even see it all. There's so much that is done behind the scenes, acquiring this, getting this donation, getting this guy to bring his food truck.
Here's what happened this year. So you see, but a lot of things that happened this year is donation-wise, we lost a lot of them because
Right.
of COVID. A lot of these businesses that helped donate, their own free will, couldn't this year. They just
they didn't have the expendable
they lost
stuff
They,
because they were trying to make up for what they lost when they were shut
I feel like
down.
I'm seeing a fish tank.
Yeah, the only people with money this year is the government because they're printing.
That's it. Yeah.
We need a couple printing presses.
We had the helicopter coming, but now with all the wildfires that are happening throughout the U.S., they can't bring the helicopter over because the trailer they put that on is the one that they use for all their fire rescue.
Right.
So they can't bring the helicopter over this year. So we lost that too this year because of all the forest fires and stuff that are happening over out west. They're on high alert right now. So, and as you can see today, what was it? 100 degrees here?
Oh, yeah.
So,
brutal.
Yes, and we haven't had any rain. So,
and, like I said, there's so many things that go into pulling something of this size off. And like you said, a lot of it is people donating their time, their goods, their services.
That's
God bless the Wyndham for
Yeah,
donating their location.
if you think about the bash, we lost a lot of things at the bash. We
Thank
lost Agent Orange.
Right.
He had his truck there. During COVID, he needed money. He had to sell his truck. So he sold the Blue Havoc, sold his truck. A lot of things have happened. Gettysburg Rental Center, they were a big sponsor of us. They rented, gave us the tents and stuff like that and the tables.
Okay.
They couldn't do it this year. They just can't. They lost so much money during COVID. So it came down to Pam and I reaching in our pockets and getting the tents and actually buying them so we have them from now on.
Right.
So we don't have to rent anything anymore. So we actually went out and just purchased. I mean, it's been a God bless. The store's doing really good.
Right.
We moved locations, so that helped us out big time on the bash. So we took a lot of money out of our own pockets this year to make this happen. But it's worth it. At the end, it's really worth it.
Yeah. So yeah, and like I said, thank God the Wyndham, even though they had their layoffs and whatnot because of COVID, and another organization bought them, they're still working with you. So that's that's a one constant thing that was really, really good.
Yeah, the Wyndham's been very good to us.
And they've already given you next year's dates, correct?
We got next year's date. Pam will announce that. There's Madeline over there.
What do you think?
I'm gonna give her credit. I'm not the guru behind the bash. Pam's the guru behind the bash, and she's gonna sit there and she's gonna turn bed now. But she does all the advertising. I do the easy stuff, like Eric gets all the trucks.
Like be a thorn in everyone's ass.
Yeah, I'm a thorn in everyone's ass, right? You got it. Boom. But there's another thing for those. There would be an announcement made at the bash when we lost 16 Chuck.
Right.
We didn't lose them because they quit. We lost them because they passed away. Chuck died.
What was that? Run that by me again.
Chuck and Dixie.
Chuck and
Passing
Dixie
away.
Saunders, yeah.
Right.
Chuck died in February from, they believe, COVID, and then Dixie passed away later on from internal issues. So we lost them both. But I'll explain at the bash. I want to explain now. I want to explain what they did for us at the bash when we open ceremony.
And Eric, I know he has a lot to do with getting
Eric works
stuff
his butt
for
off
the,
every year.
for the silent auction.
He does that. He does. So the two girls, so Stephanie and Lori,
Right.
they work their butts for us. Eric does all the food trucks. He does all the volunteers. Gets them all for us. So
Len and Susan donate a lot of their time.
Glenn follows me around. He's my sidekick. So if I need something, he takes control. If I have to go upstairs and rest, especially with the heart issues, he'll take over. So.
And Susan's, she does great considering that's, just moving around for her is painful with that back of her. So,
yeah.
A lot of good people behind the scenes. And I know that Jim and I had expressed an interest in doing more as far as,
and Eric
what we could
actually
do.
stepped up this year and got us the shirts. These guys are going to like the shirts. He had one of his friends design the shirts.
Yeah.
And I think they came out really, really nice.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta give Eric a big shout out there because he does do a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Yeah. And it's like I said, there's so much that has to fall in place, and so many things that have to be done for something like this to be pulled off. And between the two of you running the store,
Well,
doing everything to do here at the house, and still having time to pull that off.
There's an emotional element to the bash this year too, because like you said, I think everybody, our friends and our associates, I mean, everybody's lost somebody, close to them, whether it's COVID or other things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, right now, I'm almost afraid to go on Facebook most days because it's overwhelming that some friend or associate is either in a health crisis, a financial crisis, the wells dried up. I mean, it's just, our friends out west, they're they're sucking in smoke. We have the Bird family coming in again from the West Coast. They're back east now. They've been sucking fumes in Salt Lake City from the California fires.
Oh, wow.
That's why they came out so early and spent some time to get some clean air.
I know. I said it's just, my God. I mean, if it isn't one thing, it's something else. And then, again, not to get into any body politics, but we're not living in a vacuum. And even if you try to stay disconnected from the news, you got to be a little connected. Mm-hmm. And it sucks. I mean, it's like everything is just under siege. And where do you trust? Mm-hmm. Last year was sort of neat because even though it got canceled, there were so many people who just wanted to be able to see one another. So it was sort of like an unofficial bash.
Yeah.
People still came. They met. They went out in groups. Investigation.
You know, really stunk about that. Once the governor had canceled it and we made the announcement we were canceling it, Pam and I caught COVID right after that.
Yeah.
And then we were locked in the house, so we couldn't go anyway. Thank God it was canceled. Right. I think we ended up catching the COVID, and with that, we couldn't come to the bash that people were still having, even though it wasn't happening. Sure. They still had a party there, and that we couldn't go. We were confined. Right. We were quarantined.
Pam was chasing 30 days. Pam was chasing her own ghosts in the house because I believe me, it was that was really bad. Where you didn't know anything about COVID. It was all these stories were coming out that 10 days you're dead and all this stuff. You're gonna be on a ventilator. I ended up I had 4 heart surgeries, and between now, which a lot of people don't know, I almost died in January this year. I had the Widowmaker again. No one knows about it, and I went in and they did surgery on me again. They fixed that, and then I ended up with the heart ablation surgery, and that. But I had COVID in my lungs, and I was like going into the hospital. They kept me in the hospital for 2 days, and I said to the doctor, "So we can put me on a ventilator?" And he's like, "No, you're breathing just fine. You're gonna get 2 bags of this." And he showed me these 2 bags of steroids. He goes, "You're going home." And they did a CAT scan on my lungs. I was full of COVID. They gave me 2 bags. 2 days later, they did another CAT scan, and it was out of my lungs. It was totally gone.
I can't see who that is, but I know who left us Michigan goodies. That really helped a lot. Actually, it really did.
Yeah. I want to thank all the people that knew that Pam and I were sick back then, and they were dropping food off on our picnic table. We couldn't go out by them. Who was it?
And everybody was asking and inquiring and I mean, you guys were on everybody's minds for sure.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, Pam knows who it is. One of our friends from Michigan. They did. They came over and they were looking through the window and talking to us through the window because we couldn't come out and talk to them. Huh. I mean,
and really, I mean, I guess coming out of that, there was still some consideration. I remember whether or not to even try this year because we were still in the middle of a lot going on. Now, for anybody who doesn't know, we got a pretty regular communication with Spirit here.
We do, absolutely.
And they really been taking care of us, and they talk to us on a regular basis. And we had a constant, I guess, Spirit was constantly telling us that by May of this year, not that it would be over, but that we would start to feel some relief from what was going down. And we really took them on their word. Of course, you know, anybody who knows us knows that Pam and Steve and Dave and I, my wife, we all joined in on this house. And, you know, poor Pam, any new venture, obviously, you know, nobody starts out and it's off and flying. We've got bills. So my timing really sucks. I didn't mean to hit you with all that. So I just sort of blitzed through here before the show started.
It's all good.
Didn't mean to.
We've got a good team, and our team is open with communication, which is amazing. And that makes us successful.
Well, I got to tell you, this is my little story this week. Dave recorded Field of Dreams was on this past week. One of my favorite movies.
They Will Come?
Yes.
Okay.
And it stuck to me. And just for anybody's information, tonight, probably competing with them right now, they're playing an actual baseball game, the White Sox and the Yankees on that field.
That's awesome. Really?
And they build up a whole partition of bleachers and stuff.
Oh, wow.
So it's the cornfield. I mean, that's hitting that balls in the cornfield. Oh, yeah, that's tonight. Tickets for that, this is on secondary market, are going for $1,000.
But you know what? That puts me, I haven't watched sports because of everything, but I would absolutely go to that.
Well, and that's what they were asking people. Well, as I'm watching that movie, and that's always one of my favorites, and I still seen it 100 times. I still cry at the end, you know. But anyhow, I'm watching that movie, and I'm drawing on the Hoover House is like our Field of Dreams.
It is.
We have something very special going on here. I mean, we literally can go into the parlor in back of me, pull out a table, and have a damn good chance at talking to our parents, aunt and uncle, loved ones.
I've seen people be healed.
I don't know of any other place that I could go and feel so confident that could even happen. So, just saying that to you, that's why I'm really committed to this place. I think it's really something worthwhile. It's something real special, and anything worthwhile is worth fighting for. You just don't get it handed.
Universe knew what it was doing when it put us all together as a team.
And you know, none of us here are millionaires, so nobody's squirting the greenbacks out of their butt.
David now.
But I don't know. I watched that Field of Dreams. It was just dawning on me. My wife, who never got involved with this field, I mean, she's tolerant of me. Didn't think a whole lot of all of her going around. Now she's
rejuvenated.
So and we've had a lot of friends with a lot of years of experience in this field have come here and had literally life-altering experiences already. So anyhow, we're, you know, when you throw it all together, and now we got this COVID, so many of our good friends are just really up against it. And so everybody is coming to this Gettysburg Bash for their own healing.
And you know what? We all need it, don't we?
We do.
I feel like I'm going to start crying right now.
There's so
many people. Some great ideas. Yeah, we're our brains are thinking.
Check this out. What's that? Eric says Lori and Steph are dyeing his beard blue for the bash.
Oh God.
Eric?
Yeah.
And you do have.
Mine is dyeing itself gray.
I don't know.
New this year is a dunking booth, correct?
Yes, dunk tank.
Yeah, we will have a dunk tank.
We have a dunk tank.
I'm gonna be in it.
We got a dunk tank. But Pam ran off. If anyone has any questions,
she'll be right. She's going
there, and I'll answer him as he's gone.
She's going to get something.
All right, so guys,
Okay.
we might as well, Steve, tell everybody our announcement then. Why is everybody tuning in? You tell them. Our announcement.
Big announcement.
What's
You have it. Go ahead. I ain't taking it from you.
All right. So our big announcement is our bash for 2022. Drum roll. The dates are August 19th, 20th, and 21st of 2022. So it's
And I'll tell you the reason why Pam said it's a big announcement, because here's what happened. When COVID hit the window, think about all the events they had going to the window, right? Those people all had to cancel like we had to. Now they all want back in, all right? So now they all want their spots back, which fills up the calendar of the Wyndham, which left us out for next year. But the Wyndham, as great as they are, found a date for us, which happens to be the same date next year, pretty much.
Yes. Okay, so
and got us in.
Steve, tell us about this right here.
I got to see the top of it. Which one is that? Oh, no, would say? No, that's the dance-off trophy. Now, here's the deal with the dance-off trophy. All right? We're going to change some of the rules because Kenny Biddle had a quick way of winning. So we're going to...
Why? Because he dances the best?
You're going to have to do dance and do... Yeah, he's going to have to dance a couple more dances than more. So,
okay, so they're going to have
that trophy.
Okay, here's the next one.
So he's the skeptic ringer.
Yeah, you got to beat Kenny for that.
One.
I mean, Kenny.
Okay, guys, what do you think this one's for?
I think Kenny's show might be on right now. Otherwise, I'd pull him in.
Best heckler for the dunk tank.
Anyone know better? Don't show him the title. You know, that's a dunk tank, folks, right? So you win that if you are, raise it up. Raise the trophy up so we can read the bottom.
Best heckler.
Come on, get up.
You can't see it.
You got to be the best heckler to win that trophy. So how we're going to figure out who the best heckler is with the money you bring into the bash that people throw their balls at you. So
yes, Steve, you're not eligible.
And the best heckler. No, Taryn says she's going to win that because she doesn't even have to say anything. She says, just go out there in a red, white, and blue bathing suit and she's going to win.
Keep my mouth shut there.
Right, Taryn? Solomon will be watching.
I bet you what. I go out in her red, white, and blue bathing suit. I bet
Hey,
you.
Jenny. We'll put Jenny in the dunk tank. I bet she can.
Is there? Let me see. Is there any questions? No, not yet. Look, Taryn already said she's already red, white, blue, and she said she's already been practicing. So yeah, I love Taryn. She's a sweetheart.
Absolutely.
What I was going to say is, I'm reading these questions here.
Oh, it's just, if there's a question.
Oh, here's another thing we're doing. In Waynesboro, we had Gene Snitsky come over, and we played his movie down here at the Waynesboro Theater.
Which was awesome.
We are going to play it at the Bash.
Where it really was good. I mean,
yeah,
I grew up on horror, and I didn't see the ending coming.
So if everyone knows, the carpet between the back concrete terrace and the vending room is pretty wide, and it's really long. So it's called the hallway. So you'll play. We're going to put a big blow-up screen in there, and Dave and I tested it already, and it'll play. And we're going to bring the Wyndham's going to help us. We're going to put whole chairs down that aisle, and then we'll play that movie late, probably around 10:30.
Right.
We can do that Friday night. Probably Friday night after Margaritaville and everything else closes. We'll play that movie late.
The hallway
and you get to watch it for good event.
The big long hallway coming down will have the movie, and then the hallway going this way. Before the movie, Lori Johnson will be doing gallery readings. So if anyone wants to be a part of that, if you look on the Bash page, she has the link that you can go and get a ticket for that. So I'm excited for that this year, that Lori has a space to be able to do that.
And there again, she just moved down to Virginia Beach area, so that's a bit of a drive for her.
So some things we lost, but we gained by adding. So you got to think of, all right, we lost this. What can we put in its place? And I think Snitsky's movies can be great to do.
I do.
Yes.
I mean, that was has a twist to it and everything else. We're not giving it out.
Yeah.
But
and even though conflict with something he's got going on, Dave Spinks won't be able to be there.
Yeah.
We're going to play his movie too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, Sean Austin will be there. Sean was in the movie.
And we want to wish them both, the best, especially, they're on a new adventure right now. I know what it's been like. I used to do it, retired from it.
Yeah.
But well, not really. I got something new coming up now. But you're involved too. So
yeah. The thing is,
really
we cheer our friends on when they're successful. It's and they cheer us when we're successful. So it's Dave Spinks. We're proud of everybody.
Chris Sanders coming back. Didn't think he was going to be able to make it, but now he will.
Be there. So,
Yep.
There we go. Bam.
Hey,
there's my Bride for Connor princess.
Well,
now,
you got that.
Unfortunately, Jim and I got some bad news.
Teddy bear outfit or whatever.
It's here at the house. We're going to bring it.
We got some bad news that.
talking over.
Sorry. We got some bad news, Jim and I, the other day that Janet will not be able to make it because of family emergency. But she'll be there in spirit. Pardon the pun.
Yeah.
And I have to get a hold of Haley and make sure she's still good. Last word I had from her was she will be there. So.
He doesn't know I put this on his seat yet, but he will.
Well, if I got to go to the bathroom, that's your loss, not mine.
We did. We also picked up something that was really funny because we had one of the food trucks drop out last week. So Pam and I went on a search, and I wanted barbecue there so bad. So we found Redemption Barbecue over here in Waynesboro. They were doing an event here. Oh, cool. So we called them, and the guy's like, hey, this must be like God sent us because I have nothing for that weekend, and this will work out perfect for us. It's the only weekend I have open. So he's coming down, and he's going to be bringing his big pit and cooking fresh barbecue there and all. But the funny thing is, here's the really cool thing is, I'm talking to Keaton. Everyone knows Keaton. He airbrushes my cars. He goes, that's my neighbor. I'm like, what? He goes, the Redemption Barbecue is my neighbor. He goes, wait till I tell him, So I thought it was pretty cool that Key's neighbor is going to be there, and they're really good friends, and it's funny.
And make no mistake, Key can cook his ass off too.
Yeah,
Woo!
He'll be cooking here on September 4th.
I like barbecue.
And I believe the weather for next week is encouraging.
Ribs, everything.
Yeah,
that's going to be
upper 80s. The weather so far is encouraging. We're in a heat wave like much of the East Coast right now, and we've been having
we always say, they usually say every year a 30% chance of rain, but it never happens.
Well, they really aren't cold for a lot of rain,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like we're going to knock the temperatures down about 10 degrees. So
good.
That's it really it looks like we're getting a break there.
That's perfect.
And I think what are they calling for, Jim? 86?
Yeah, mid 80s.
Yeah,
that's livable.
Yeah, that's great. It's perfect weather. Yep. Perfect weather.
And we know
I
guess the West Virginia Batman is going to be there with the Batmobile, and
Blackout will be there.
Blackout will be there. Chuck. And
for anybody who hasn't
some health issues as well.
In Gettysburg recently, I guess we should reiterate. Probably most people know that. But they have changed things on the battlefield now.
Yes.
So that you are not allowed on the battlefield after dusk.
Yeah.
That was not the case the last time the bash went down. So you're allowed on the field, but a couple things. First off, I would certainly check with the Park Service as far as any equipment you go out on the battlefield, because I hear things, and I don't know that I've had anything verified, but I understand they're real sensitive, and you're not allowed a lot of things on the battlefield now.
You're not allowed K2 meters. You're not allowed overly big cameras because they think that you're filming a documentary. But yeah.
So there's some restrictions on equipment, and then, as I said, 30 minutes after dusk, you got to be off the field, or they will arrest you.
Yep.
So hopefully we can.
Hey guys, are we locking on your screen?
Are we freezing up on your screen?
No.
No.
Okay, because you guys are freezing up on ours.
Huh.
Like.
There you
go. You're unlocked now. Oh, and what is this?
Is he going to the screen? Pam's frozen again. Yours is frozen. These guys keep freezing up.
Are we good now? Now, can you hear us?
You're jumping. We can hear you the whole time, but your picture freezes and then goes and then freezes and then goes.
A lot of people might not know who we have as our new special guest coming.
Do you guys want me to go over the list? I'll go over the list, and I will read them off of here.
Yeah, but we got someone new. Who's the new one?
We have the Samoan, the
Don't mind Pam and Jim freezing up.
WWE wrestler, the Samoan. We have, and I'm going to just read them down from the top in no particular order. Gina and Bob, Vortex Ghost Gears.
Yeah, Lloyd's coming.
Yep, Lloyd, the sumo wrestler.
It's a non. It's a Noya. How you say that?
Let's see. I don't know. Yeah, you guys are freezing up something terrible.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with your computer. Freezing up.
Should I try kicking out and coming back in?
Yeah, why don't you try kicking out, come back in? Because you keep locking up like constantly. Like,
Okay. This should take us out.
Yeah.
Okay. Remove from stream.
Yeah. Here, I'll boot you.
I'm gonna boot you.
There you go.
So we'll take over.
Get out of here.
Yeah, you go.
So yes, Lloyd Anawai.
Yeah, is that how you say it?
I have no idea. I'm just.
I gotta ask him when I see him.
Yeah,
I call him Samoan, so.
Yep.
So Gene's gonna be happy to come over his buddies there.
Yeah. And now, but real quick about the West Virginia Batman has he chosen a child for this year, or he's not?
No, we are not having any children there because with the variant floating around, it's not good to have kids with cancer or any serious illness there. So. Okay. No, we opt out of that. So.
Okay. Let me see if we can add them back in if it helps.
Okay.
There we go.
They are. All right.
All right. Let's see if that keeps you from freezing up now. So far, so good. No, I know Pam's gonna be a smart ass and just like.
Okay, so we've got the Samoan.
You know, but that's, I mean. They did lock up with her face like that.
He did. She locked again. Why did he lock it?
I don't know.
They're right by the modem.
Should I try putting my other camera on? Nah.
No, it's not the camera. I'll come down.
Hold on. He's going to come down and fix you. I'll take over here.
Now,
oh, boy.
What you'll need to do once you see me down here, if you hover over it.
Yeah.
But wait till I get down.
All right. Gina, I'm not freezing, am I?
No, it's an extra camera in case. I don't.
It has something to do with your camera. There's Christopher. Christopher, I'm not freezing, right? You can see me. I'm not locking up.
Did you ever see
Jim
that meme?
has not locked up once. Chris is saying that you're not locking up. So maybe it's just on the monitor here.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. If the people are seeing us lock up.
Yeah, I'll tell Dave that when he comes up. Because Chris is saying that you're not locking up either. And Dave and I are a bit blurry.
They're not seeing us freezing up.
That's weird.
Dave, Chris wrote right on there. They're not locking up. It must be something up here on ours.
You know,
Bobby, you know why, Dave?
I didn't know if
We have a weak signal up here.
maybe
But we're plugged in, so we shouldn't. No, you're fine. You're fine. If we're not seeing you locked up, it's got to be
Okay.
us.
Don't worry about it. Come on up.
All right. He's coming up.
Jerry's even saying the same thing. Jerry's saying that we're ready to
Yeah,
come back up.
Cheryl's saying not locking up,
Okay.
but I can make it look like we are.
We're back. All right. So, what's new at the Wyndham? What's new at the Wyndham is you're going to realize that the Wyndham ballroom where we have everything has been freshly carpeted. So
Yeah.
the hallways and everything else are all new carpet to the Wyndham.
Mm-hmm.
Just
And
out of
see
curiosity.
monitors on the hallway, which
Steve, did they mention by any chance about any concurrent activity? Remember, there was a whole wing before that was real active
I
at the
didn't
Wyndham.
I didn't ask. But it seems like when we're all together as a group there, there was a cavalry clash there. It just seems like maybe it's because of all of us.
Maybe. Because people were having issues with the
I can't Lori laying in front of the elevator. I don't know why last time, but
right.
Yep.
Yeah,
remember that?
floor.
Yeah, I think 5th floor. Lori was laying on the floor in front of the elevator.
I remember
Something, I
that.
don't know what that was about. Ghost got her.
We had some crap in the gym area.
The bear will be back.
All right. Do you want
But
me
anyway,
to
like I was saying, the Wyndham.
do you want me to read the
Hold on one second. I was just telling about the monitors. The monitors in the hallway that will show who's speaking and when.
Mm-hmm.
Lock up.
No, I'm not locked up.
Yeah,
I think they're locked up.
Yeah, you
Yes.
guys just locked up.
You guys are locked up. Okay, so I'm going to go and read the special guest. So we have the Samoan. We have Bob Christopher and Gina, Vortex Ghost Gears. We have Scott Porter.
Gear, not ghost gear.
We have Stephanie Burke. We have DeVille Inc., Casey, Tony, and Bree. Bree will be doing piercings, and we will have tattooing going the entire weekend. Last year, they went up until Tuesday, and I know that they're definitely going up through Monday. We have our friends that do the Pair Unity Expo. If anybody hasn't been to John and Chris's event, make sure you go. We've got Ted Manson, and Cindy. We've got Big Gene Sninsky. I mean, little Gene Sninsky. And we've got April, the psychic housewife of New Jersey. She'll be doing some readings. And of course, we've got our own Mark Nesbitt, Ghosts of Gettysburg. We've got Mustafa from Ghost Hunters. We've got Daryl from Ghost Hunters. We've got our special guest, Richard Estep, that we all love. And we've got Sam Baltruis. Sam, if I said your name wrong, I'm sorry, but I love you. And we've got Chris Sanders. We've got Jack Kennett and Carly coming. I'm so excited to see them. Chris DeChevera. I always mess his name up, so I mess it up. And we've got Anthony and Dina Holmes. I'm so excited that they're able to make it, and Dina's feeling good. I'm so happy.
Excellent.
We've got Adam Bonnet,
Excellent.
writer.
So glad she's looking at it.
Yeah. Adam Bonnet talks about investigations without limitations. We've got Sean Austin. We've got Carl Johnson and James Anito. We love them. We've got Rachel Hoffman. She's going to bring her bus. I can't wait to see the bus. Dave Spinks will not be there, but it's an amazing reason why, and we're all in your corner, Dave Spinks. We've got Jeff Leeper. I'm sure he'll have a few jokes for us. We've got Mike King, and we haven't seen Mike King in a while. We've got Russ Stiver, he is one of my favorite veterans. I love you, Russ. Wes Coleman. I'm so glad he's able to come down from Canada. We've got Dave Giuliano. We've got Gavin and Paula Kelly. And we've got Tara Normal, and that's Howie. Howie's awesome. We've got Big Jim. He's a police officer from Baltimore City. We kind of connect because we're on that Baltimore vibe. He's from Rosedale area. Then we've got Lori Johnson. She will be doing her gallery readings. We've got Chuck Timbrook. He'll be outside with Blackout. We've got Spawn and the Henchmen. That's Glenn and Steve doing music. And then we've got an amazing cigar truck that's going to be out there by our 2 parties.
I think so.
And we've got the dunk tank. And of course, we've got Batman.
Do we have the Ghostbusters vehicle?
Is
the Ghostbusters vehicle showing up?
Haven't heard yet. We might be having the Ghostbusters vehicle. Fingers crossed that they could fit it into the schedule. And if I missed anyone, I'm sorry. I love you. We have vendors coming. I said John.
Yeah, he.
Okay.
We've got KSPS coming
Jim
in.
Wyrick, did you say him?
We actually had a Batman here.
I didn't have to look at you, sir.
Yeah.
We had Shoulder Boy.
We had Kristen Lee was down here visiting us, and we had just finished doing a session with her. And as we were getting ready to leave, we were hearing panic. Dave comes in here.
Yeah.
Somehow Batman had made his appearance. We had a bat flying all around. So
I missed it. I didn't even hear you guys.
We had to get him to go.
Bat flying all over the place.
Kristen
said, I knew there was one in the attic, all right? I knew there was one.
Yeah, bats
but
are
I
good.
couldn't find it. I saw it fly one time, right? And then just disappeared. It went up into that other floor that we haven't explored yet. But we're going to do that. We're going up there. We're going to see what that floor is like. But anyway, I didn't see it. So I think when the guests might open that closet, it's the Rosebud room.
Does anyone have a question about the bash? Anybody have a question?
Well, what time are y'all this thing's kicking off on Friday?
Friday, people are going to start setting up between 8 and 9, the vendors, and then the vending room will be open from 12 to 6 on Friday, 12 to 6 on Saturday, and 12 to 3 on Sunday.
Yeah, we did that, and it worked pretty well last time we did those hours. One, people party Friday, they party Saturday at the bash. And a lot of them just like to not be at their tables till 12 o'clock.
Now that being said, if vendors come down early, like we'll be there. We get up early, so the vendors can come into the room. I'm sure.
Yeah,
we'll be down there.
If you want to open, we're gonna have a meeting with the vendors on Friday morning before we open up the doors and see what they want. If they want to open up a little earlier, that's fine with us. If they want to keep it at 12, that's fine. Again, I can't stress this more. There is no guidelines right now with the Wyndham on COVID. So masks will be there. There will be hand sanitizer stations. We already saw them today. They're already out. So all the events have been at the Wyndham so far. I believe she said no one's had a mask issue or anything like that. But they're there if you want to wear them. We're not going to.
Yeah.
Oh, I know who. I think who's going to be there.
Who?
Ted.
I said Ted.
Oh, did you say? Okay.
You understand there's people that do have
I can say.
I came in late. Where you guys? Oh, we were talking about things on the battlefield that the Park Service, and I have many friends who work for the Park Service. They consider K2 meters to be looking for relics, and anything that is a big, big cameras, they will ask you to put them away because they don't want people making documentaries on the battlefield.
Yeah, I mean, I would even hesitate going out on the field with my computer and a phasma box.
Yeah, I would. Yeah,
without knowing firsthand.
Right. No, we are not providing any investigations due to the fact when Steve and I do investigations, we have to be on premises when we book different event places. So no, but Gettysburg is amazing, and everybody. There's so many places to investigate.
Yeah.
There's if you're out of town and you want to know where to go investigate, Pam and I just come up to us. We can tell you where you can go for free and investigate places.
But Mark Nesbitt's going to be there, and he will be selling tickets to Ghosts of Gettysburg. So that you will get true history, the mystery and haunts of Gettysburg by going on Ghosts of Gettysburg's walks. They're the best. They were the first ones, and everybody else kind of copied them. I said it.
And then last time there was a lot of groups had gotten together and had already made arrangements.
Yes.
So I would imagine there's probably going to be a lot of independent investigations going on. So, you know, you might be able to sign on with some group.
And then what we had a problem, which we solved this year, was music. The DJ would quit at a certain hour, and then that we'd be on our own. We are the DJ this year, so music doesn't stop. So if you don't want to go on an investigation or there's nowhere for you to go, you can hang out in the back with everyone else that's out there partying and dancing. Don't forget, we have the contest, the dance off and stuff like that.
Karaoke?
Yeah, no karaoke. What? We don't have the mic system, but it'll be a dance off. You want to sing and just sing? We'll put a song on you to sing.
Oh, I don't need.
Thinks he's Neil Diamond.
Oh my gosh.
I'll say it.
Well, but you know, like Jim said, normally Jim and I have Jim Haley and I are at the Thaddeus Stevens log cabin, which we did not do this year because hello Hoover House, you know.
Yeah.
But there's too much going on for you and Pam to kind of partake in any investigations, and you know, I just don't know that we'd have the time to do anything.
We can't. Well, that's like,
and we can't do it here because we have, you know, but
well, we can't leave the venue.
Right.
That's the deal we have with the Wyndham. So when we're there, I mean, we can leave to go out and eat somewhere, but we have to be back to make sure everyone's locked up. No one says like we have no vending this time out in the foyer area, the hallway, because we're keeping everyone stuff locked up this year. So, you know, we never had a problem, but still,
it's the one time you don't
do it.
Right. Then next but I know since Jim and I aren't there, I know Richard Estep is going to be staying at the Thaddeus Stevens because I believe he's interested in writing a book about it. So I'm sure he'll be investigating there. Who his team consists of, I do not know. If he's taking anybody in with him other than the group he already knows about, I do not know. But, you know, once you get there, I mean, Christ, there's a ton of paranormal teams there. I'm sure between people like us who can tell them the places and the people that are going to be there that may have already set something up, there's a pretty good chance you'll be able to get something done.
Right. Mm-hmm. Another question I was asked a while ago, will the 9/11 car be there? No. We are trying to get it done. We're behind schedule with the weather and everything else that's going on. These guys are working in 130-degree heat. We were trying to get a trailer and to bring this car to Flight 93, and I just decided today to go out and buy one. So we ended up buying one today so we can bring this car to the families of Flight 93. The car will be done. The date will be September 5th. It's got to be at Flight 93 in Shanksville on the 10th for the families. It will not be there on the 11th. For some reason, the Park Service wants it there on the 10th for the candlelight visual for the families. And I think that's all they want. They want that. I think there's going to be so much emotion with this car that and then the traffic on September 11th, they'd rather not have to be responsible if something happened to right there. So it'll be there. I got other options on the 11th. Take it to Hershey Park, take it to Waynesboro right here and put it in the center of town. Tulsa Towers wants it, but to go from Shanksville all the way to Jersey would be a haul right now, and we're putting the trailer together now. So there's a lot of things going on. You'll see it. It'll be at Para-Unity. It'll be down at Para-Unity, the car. So we are bringing it down here for Chris and John.
You're right.
So sorry we couldn't get it done in time to bring it to the bash, but you'll see it afterwards.
Now you have a big reveal for next year.
Yeah. Well, they'll see it before that, too. They'll see it at Para-Unity. If you're going to Para-Unity, you'll see the car.
Oh, here's
Michael got 2 on Thursday, so he'll help up at
Good.
whatever. I just
I don't know, actually, on that.
I guess
thank you, Mike. Just got a message from Mike. So thank you, Mike.
I can't see if Holly's
so that's something we probably have to ask Eric if he's still on.
Is Holly in here?
Eric, Julian, if you're still on, this is a question probably something you'd be able to answer.
Oh, there it goes.
Here we go.
Maybe. Oh, is that the way it goes?
Yeah, I think it would go all the way down.
Pam, can you answer that question?
What was the question? I'm so sorry. I didn't hear it.
Right there on the screen. See it? What are some of your auction prizes?
There you go.
I don't know. People have been making a couple baskets. We're not going to have very many auction items this year. There's a couple people making some baskets, and we're all going to be surprised. But it's not going to be like last year.
Yeah,
Well,
a lot of it's because of COVID. Yeah.
Eric couldn't
Get
out and do the things he normally
Well,
does.
here's what happened with that. A lot of companies donate to us. They just make a basket and they tell us to come get it. But a lot of those places are closed. Two of the places that helped got hit by that car and caught fire and burned their buildings down. I mean, there's just so much going on in Gettysburg that the people that donated that their shops, they're all hurting. So, we had the cigar shops donate cigars and all this stuff. They just say, come down, pick it up. But everyone lost their shirts. I mean, they're all hurting, trying to get their business back up. They have it to donate. So, here's the thing. The bash is, what I'm loving about it is we haven't got to see each other for like almost 2 years now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's enjoy the music. Let's enjoy the fun. We have the bars coming out again. For those who drink, they'll be out there on the patio. We got the tribute truck. I can't stress enough, please. Blackout comes out every year. That guy drives his truck out there. He comes from West Virginia. As everyone knows, fuel has gone up. If you can and spare a few dollars when you walk past his truck, please drop it in his bucket. Because that truck is not cheap to run over to the bash.
Yeah.
And like I said earlier, he's having health issues himself.
He's having health issues himself. So if anyone could help him, we're going to help him. If anyone else can help us, help him, that'd be great. Because him and John, John gets, the proceeds from the bash, so he'll be all right. But Blackout, he comes on his, for the veterans. And that's what this is about. So, guys, don't pass that truck up. Because last year, which I'm proud that everyone at the bash, the DJ left, or the year before last, left early, and we had no music. So Chuck's truck, he turned his music on his truck and played it for us, so we'd have music. So I don't know, man, perfect. This one. Indigestion. Something I ate.
I haven't waited to see you eat anything since I've been here.
Did you say good morning to the doll this morning, Steve?
Yes, I did actually.
Okay, just checking.
And that must be Jerry Swooper.
Just checking.
Why isn't the comment not coming up? No.
All right, well, I guess now is as good a time as any. We'll take our short interlude break
And
here.
while we're gone, doing our break, think of a question that you might want to ask, answered, or have answered.
Yep.
For the bash.
And we will be right back after this.
Looks like Kenny Biddle's down. Is he on right now? Pull into our show and Tony's not going to win.
God, I know you guys are so relieved.
WLFE Digital Network is now on digital television. If you're into ghosts, Bigfoot, UFOs, and the creepy, then WLFE has a TV channel for you, Paranormal View. Watch all of your favorite WLFE video talk shows on one channel. Shows like Paratalk Radio, Step Into the Paranormal, Skeptical Help Bar, The Creepy Parlor, and more. Looking for something else?
You know, and then you guys really, you know,
WLFE Digital Network is now on digital television. If you're into ghosts, Bigfoot, UFOs, and the creepy, then WLFE has a TV channel for you, Paranormal View. Watch all of your favorite WLFE video talk shows on one channel. Shows like Paratalk Radio, Step Into the Paranormal, Skeptical Help Bar, The Creepy Parlor, and more. Looking for something else? Do you support the LGBTQ plus community? WLFE has brought all of their LGBTQ shows like Inside the Drag Closet, Everything Yet Nothing, Across the Pond, and Rainbow Soul all into one place. A new TV channel called LGBTQ Friends. The third channel is Variety Unlimited. Here you'll find a wide variety of talk shows you know and love, like Just Cindy, Card Pulls and Coffee, Real Talk with Dom, The Bipolar DMs, Meet the Author, and Movie Review 5. The best part of watching these shows is that they're all available to watch at one location, one website, WLFE-DB.com.
You are listening to WLFE-DBradio.com, where our shows are your shows.
Listen to the WLFE-DB podcast, available on Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Check out shows like Paratalk Radio, Inside the Drag Closet, and Step Into the Paranormal. Now, on to your favorite podcast app.
This is Dominic Santasero with Real Talk with Dom. You are listening to WLFE-DBradio.com, where our shows are your shows.
Hey guys and dolls, this is Casey DeVille, the better half of DeVille Inc., Baltimore, Maryland. If you're ever in Baltimore, stop in and see me and Tony. Invisible Bree, 5920 Eastern Avenue, Baltimore, Maryland, 21224. Give us a call if you're in the area, 410-400-9641, or look us up on the web at DeVilleInc.com. DeVille Inc., where we specialize in you.
Oh yeah, life just got sweeter now that WLFE-DB has merchandise. Show your support by purchasing your t-shirts for WLFE, Paratalk Radio, Inside the Drag Closet, and more. But it doesn't stop there. T-shirts, coffee mugs, tanks, buttons, cloth bags, and more. Go to WLFE-DB.com. On the top bar, click on the merchandise tab and bam, there you go. You got merch. Support the shows. WLFE-DB.com.
You're listening to WLFE DB Radio. Now, back to our program.
That hour went really quick.
Yeah. So we did get a question from our friend Mike Simpson, and he was wondering if the coffee vendor would be there, like from the last bash. Mm-hmm. They are selling the Deadly Grounds at the bash, but they don't have a coffee vendor per se, correct?
Right. So we're going to have the Hoover House blend make its debut at the bash.
So Pam and Steve have arranged for Deadly Grounds to have our own. It's a breakfast.
It is. It's a breakfast blend.
But from what they are told, it's got a little extra caffeine to it.
Yeah. Well, he had said that the breakfast blends, the lighter, have more caffeine than the darker blends.
Now, do you have some of the vendors are going to be having crystals, minerals, all that kind of stuff?
We have everything from crystals, minerals, gems, rocks, jewelry, amazing sprays.
Are some of the vendors that have been here before going to be at the bash?
Yes.
Correct.
Yep.
Because we've had a few events here at the house. Actually, I got a black mirror that's been blessed.
Yeah.
We haven't even had a chance to get that engaged yet. We've really been running. It's been quite busy here. With
We
stuff.
have. All of us have been. Yeah.
About the new flavor diagrams?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We had an interesting thing this past weekend. If anybody's been here at the Hoover House, they know we do a lot of the table tipping sessions and that. And one of our elite tables is a table Florence.
Mm-hmm.
And she is really adept at bringing family members through and never lets us down. She's very dependable. And we just found out, Pam and Steve were in contact with the gentleman who runs the Antietam Historical Society here in Waynesboro, and they've obtained a number of books from that group. And those books have pictures. So we do have pictures now of the Hoovers.
Yep.
Eleanor is a younger girl and is an adult.
Gems.
But anyhow, we found out that Florence, our table, is actually the spirit of Florence Hoover, who was a niece of Ira, the original builder and owner. And she verified her father, and she evidently verified the fact that she spent many a day here as a child within the house, sort of explains things. So the whole time here, we're constantly sort of on a quest, learning new things, and just sort of going by the seat of our pants. We really, there's no textbook
Are
on
they
this.
muted?
You guys muted? I think they're muted.
We're not now.
There you go.
Holly Cadaldo had a question.
Chris.
Colette wanted to know if they have to wear the mask at the bash.
We will be going by the guidelines of Pennsylvania, and right now we are totally.
There are no guidelines. Yeah, there's no guidelines in the state of Pennsylvania. Right. The Wyndham, we asked them that same question today. They are not requesting masks at this time. If that should change this week, we are prepared.
Yeah.
So we do have. There will be masks there, though, for anyone that has an immune system problem or they just want to wear a mask. They will be provided. If you want a mask, we will give you a mask. There is hand sanitizer stations all throughout the Wyndham. So, don't let that stop you from coming.
Good night, Chris. We'll see you next week.
But
we were going to do both ways. So if you want to wear it, but by law, for us to make everyone wear a mask in Pennsylvania, you can't do that unless it's given by the governor and CDC guidelines and all that stuff for Pennsylvania, or the Wyndham's building themselves, the owners that own the Wyndham recommend it. Then we have to.
We'll go by the CDC guidelines.
Yeah.
But we will have things available for people.
Yeah, but right now we're not in that variant area. Pennsylvania's not. It's all down south, so.
I'll call the president of China and find out what they recommend. Hey, Joe, what did your boss tell you?
So that's where we're at now. But if you need one, they'll be provided for you, so you'll have them.
Yeah.
Good night, Chris. Chris says he'll see us next week. He's heading out.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fast couple of days.
I like Chris. When Chris comes there, he's got to talk like George Washington. He'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So this weekend, we're having a lockdown here at the historic 1912 Hoover House.
Tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow, yes. Friday the 13th. We had to do something in honor of Friday the 13th. So we have 2 rooms available. If anybody's interested, give us a shout and come and investigate with us.
We've really had some very neat investigations. The spirits here have been very complimentary and coming through, and we're constantly growing. I mean, I don't know how many spirits we got in this place.
Yeah,
we know where they come. We know who they see when they come here, but I guess they're seeing something.
Yes.
Waiting for a question to pop up, but all I see something is about something.
Now, you guys do not have your store open next week.
We will. Yeah, our store will not be open during the bash.
So just to let everybody know,
we can't be in 2 spots at once.
And we're not going to have a table. So Gettysburg Ghost Exchange will not be selling paranormal equipment at the bash, I don't think.
There will be a Hoover House table.
Yep, the Hoover House table is going to be right with KSPS. Yvonne's going to have her amazing mugs there, and along with coffee, probably some T-shirts, and then KSPS. So one.
Now, you're not going to be open Thursday either next week, correct? Or you are?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so just for anybody who is planning on coming, of course, Pam and Steve are there. If there's, between the Hoover House and KSPS, if there's a message you want us to get them or something like that,
right,
by all means, we'll see that they get the information. If there's a piece of equipment you'd like to order or whatever, we'll make sure that's available.
Yeah, Pam and I may have some Allen stuff there on the table that they can look at, and if they want
so we'll certainly help you, but just so everyone realizes, their bucket is full. It's already coming overflowing. So they're just running around addressing aspects. There's always stuff arises, and so they're just really indisposed. So that's why we realize everybody would love to get to the Gettysburg Ghost Exchange and jump in, but can't be.
I like
Yep.
They had no picture up there. He will be.
Who's that unknown Facebook user?
I think that might be, and I'm going to guess. Is that Colette?
Kayla?
No, I think it's Colette. Colette. She's in Facebook jail.
That's what she is. We have a lot of people. Yes.
Yeah, it's strange how a lot of our circle seems to have that happen quite frequently.
I was in Facebook jail like 3 times this year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're not, it says a lot about you.
I woke up one morning. I didn't say anything. It was something from an old post.
Yeah.
An old post they posted like 2 years ago. They put me in Facebook jail all of a sudden. I'm like, I posted that 2 years ago. Yeah.
I don't know who that is either, but
who's that one say? Oh, people in town are like,
it's Jing. No. We will have. Sorry. We will have a table for the Hoover House as well as KSPS. I'm pretty sure they're going to be right next to each other.
Yeah, they are.
Dave's
You
a little late
were
with
here. If you were here, you would have heard that.
I guess, Dave, I guess we'll set up that TV again this year, and we'll, I'll make sure we have some sticks with the photos and EVPs.
Play some of your good EVPs you got from here.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially the EVPs, the pictures that
I'm gonna try to get through all that
Easter. Tell everyone about Margaritaville.
Yeah.
You haven't mentioned Margaritaville at all.
Well, we said that we were having 2 parties. Friday night, the party is Margaritaville, and it will be at the cigar trailer out back. Perfect draw. It's going to have some seating, some lighting, and then Saturday night, it's Bash.
You want to wear?
Is Hawaiian shirt required?
I'm wearing just 2 coconuts.
No, but you can wear a Hawaiian shirt. I think I have one with flamingos on it that I'm gonna wear.
Then
Steve says let's wear a coconut bra.
I got that coconut bra I'm gonna wear.
Mm-hmm.
our friend Jerry Swope said he's been in Facebook jail 4 times. I wonder who's been in there the most.
I don't know. We should give him a prize.
Does Facebook do anything for repeat offenders?
Yeah, they lock you up longer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do they really?
Yeah, your sentence increases.
Yeah.
Oh my
Goes
gosh.
up to 20 days.
You start off with probation, then you get a week, then you get.
No, you get a warning. You get a warning.
Yeah, that's your probation.
You do it one more time, then boom. And you don't have to do nothing. Just go back to your records and see what you said about someone, and they.
Yeah, they took when we were doing an investigation at the old place. If you guys remember, one night we were playing music by Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And the spirit was making the ball dance to it.
They muted it.
It was like 2 years later. They decided that was copyrighted music, so they made me take the post down. It's been there for 2 years. I'll take it down. Everybody's seen it by now, dumbass. So
I don't get it. I just don't get it.
But yeah, I mean, there's
that was a record.
There's going to be the who's who, really, of the paranormal world there. Now, this year will be Daryl Mustafa's first time, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, this is definitely Ernie. Yeah. It'll be nice and clean when I get my OBDP tattoo.
You know, it's Ernie's time.
It's definitely Ernie.
I was wondering who's saying all those fun things.
Ernie's new book will be available at the Bash. I'm excited.
That's right. Ernie Paranormal has this new book out.
I was holding my head like this.
And our friend Kristen Lee just came out with her new book a couple weeks ago. She'll have copies at the Bash.
Now, will she be there?
Yep, she had said she's planning unless something comes up. Yeah.
Yep.
Chris Maggard was going to make it, but he's doing his new movie Roots.
Yep.
So we want to give a shout out to him. We wish him the best on that.
Absolutely.
That new movie he's doing. I miss Chris. He's missed 2 of them.
I think
He
Carrie's
did Rosalie last time.
Yeah.
And now he's doing Roots. So yeah, I'm gonna miss him. I really miss Chris. He's a lot of fun.
He really is. He's
him and Elena. Yeah, take him up. Yeah. But we want to wish him luck on their film.
But I've never met Daryl Mustafa, and I've never met Dave Giuliano either.
You know,
all good guys. You'll enjoy meeting all of them.
I don't think I have anyway.
We had Mustafa and Daryl at the old house.
Correct.
They came up. So Daryl will be there Friday only, and then he has a gig on Saturday, and then Mustafa's coming Sunday.
Yeah.
So they will not be there together. I think they both have separate gigs they have to do. But it's nice that they're showing up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like we were talking earlier, that we're gonna have the movie there Friday night, Gene's movie. Saturday night, I guess we'll be playing Dave Spink's thing.
We can play the movie. We can play one back. We can go back to back, or if someone comes in on Friday, they didn't see Gene's movie on Saturday. They want to see it Saturday. We can pop it back up Saturday night and let you guys watch it late Saturday night. It depends if you want to stay up and watch it. It's fine with us. The charge is you must kick Gene in the. No, don't do it. I warn you.
Yeah. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. I'm a big guy, but yeah, no, I'm not. No. So it seems too nice. Why would you want to do that?
Let's go there for a minute. That was probably is that one of the first times you met Gene, where you actually got to sit down and talk to him?
Yeah, I mean, I met him through the back.
Yeah.
That's the first time we got to see him.
And how was he when you met him?
He was just like your next door neighbor, sitting down talking to you.
The guy is down to earth. He is down to earth. He's not one of these guys that are all macho about themselves.
And he's not. You're not holding a conversation with him while he's doing this.
Yeah.
You know, he's right there with you.
And we had him here, and he table tipped, Jim? And what do you think Jim thought about the table tipping session?
Yeah, no, his father came through. He had lost his father here not too long ago. And then he had, there were some other friends of his who were present, and they had relatives come through. There was the one girl had both of her parents that died in an auto accident.
Yeah.
You know that's already done.
That's what I'm saying. It's just something really special. I mean, where the I don't know. Has some of the audience out there, has anybody else experienced a place where you can pretty much
only one other place, Lilydale. It's the only other place that I've experienced.
Well, that's
the
great
veil
company.
So thin that you just don't know who's going to come through. The one time my teacher, we were in the middle of doing an experiment, and my father came through, and his name's Tom Kratzley, my teacher. And I looked at him and I thought, well, your eyes are so familiar. And it was before I could even connect that it was my father's eyes coming through Tom Kratzley. It was so bizarre that Tom goes, Pam, your father was just here. And I'm like,
oh gosh.
I was like, I know, Tom. I saw him in your I actually saw my father's eyes through him, but I felt so stupid that I didn't recognize and didn't communicate with my father because I was just in such awe. And that's exactly what people experience here when the table's, tipping and answering their questions. I know that feeling. It's a feeling of sadness, euphoria, healing, and it's all of it combined into one. And I never thought that I was going to experience that anywhere else, and we do here.
I thought it was on there. Stay safe, Ernie.
Be safe, Ernie. See you next week, my friend. Actually, I'll be on his show Sunday evening for a little bit, popping in. He's doing everything about the bash as well. Cool. On Step with the Paranormal. So,
yeah.
But that's something, and we kind of brushed on it earlier, but we didn't really go into it, is the way it's so magical in Gettysburg during the bash, because all these people who were tuned in were all there at one time, and that conglomeration of energy, it really can make things happen. And again, most of us, I would say 99.9% of us, are there at the bash for two reasons. That's mine. Yours is on the chair. Two reasons. One, to talk to the people that want to come through and have questions and show them stuff and educate them on things. And two is to see each other. That's a lot of us. That's the only time we get to see each other.
I'm gonna show them later on.
Look at my butt, Steve.
some pictures.
Like Chris Sanders. I know he's not going to be here this year because of this cool new thing that he's got going on, but Dave Spinks. A lot of these guys I don't get to see except for at the bash, Richard Estep. So it's a good thing that, they feel the same way, that we can all come to this one place, hang out, just enjoy ourselves, and the whole time we're raising money for charities.
Yep. But Chris Sanders will be there.
Yes.
Yeah. Eric Knapp isn't going to be there because he's doing some things also.
Right.
And then
Daniel Class couldn't make it this year.
He's got vacation.
Right. But speaking of the charities, why don't we kind of run down what they are and what they're all about?
Yeah,
I mean, we know them, but let's give them some airtime.
So Pennsylvania Wounded Warriors, we'll start with that. We met the president of PA Wounded Warriors, I guess like 4 years ago already, Steve. We just fell in love with her and decided to help her in her cause.
Now Helen will not be there this year because of COVID.
Yeah.
Helen's up there in age, and we don't want to take no chances. So we've actually asked her to sit this one out.
Now,
So Helen won't be there. and no sick children.
When you first started doing this with and had met Helen, had her husband, the colonel, had he already passed?
Yeah, yes, he was passed already.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we met John Buckman, and we just all clicked, and we saw his cause and the need for things. You know, unfortunately, sometimes it's caskets that our money goes to buy. Maybe not this year. Maybe the money will go to
maybe I'll go to a bullying program instead or something like that. Not to someone. And then we the other charity, which we don't put out there much, is Chuck Timbrook's truck. Chuck, I don't know if these guys know, but if you go to the Blackout page, Chuck has opened a veteran shop for the veterans where they give hot dogs and like 100 hot dogs or something they bring each week to the veterans that are homeless, and they feed them. And it's in Martinsburg, so if you get a chance, go down there, see the Blackout shop he's got down. It's a coffee shop. I think coffee's free for veterans. So it's something to actually go. He's building a memorial now out in front, and it's really nice setup. I haven't been down there myself. I've been looking online. Like I said, Pam and I are really busy right now doing this car. I'm going to show you.
There you go. There's Miss Helen.
There she is.
Yeah.
Great lady.
Stephanie, we are ready for you to get your butt here. We miss you.
So I'm going to show a few pictures of the guys that are working their butts off on this 911 car. A lot of people ask me for pictures, and I'm just going to show you a couple of what they've done. For those who won't see the car at the Bash, you can go to 911 Tribute Mustang on Facebook and watch Keith build this car. That's one picture they have. That's the rear. That's the rear bumper for it. That'll have all designs on it. That's the louvers on the side. All right, that's been done on it so far. This is striping across the top of the fender, which I don't see. You can see the detail in that, the stars that are down in there.
And the one thing you had done then, and
the mirrors,
he did a fantastic job was on the flag. You actually see stitching. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm trying to turn it right away. Nope, that went out when
it actually shows. His paint job is so detailed. You actually see what looks like stitching.
Right. I can go to that picture. Get my glasses on, blind as a bat.
Again.
Yeah.
On off.
On off. If I had a whole bunch of, actually, they're all up here.
You know, hopefully we don't have to go through collectively what we did with Connor again.
Now, that man, hold on, so I can get in the right spot. That man that he's doing now was, if I can get on there, he was the pilot, the co-pilot on Flight 93. These guys are going to be dedicated on the car. The number 3 is one of the battalions or squads in New York City that lost almost all their crew in the towers.
Stephanie, you should come up with us. Come to the unveiling.
Here's the other fenders.
I don't know why I was doing that. I'm like talking like that.
Yeah. This is another thing. People didn't know this, but we put the K9 on the 911 car. The reason why we did that is because none of them are alive anymore. This is the 20th anniversary of 9/11. A lot of people didn't think about that these K9s that went in and searching rescue dogs at 9/11 are no longer here. So they are on the car along with Salvation Army. You see Salvation Army there in the picture? Salvation Army. they lost some people. Of course, City of New York is on the car. These guys have gone way beyond. You'll see another fire truck, number 118, was last seen going, I think it was over the Brooklyn Bridge heading to the towers. That was the last picture ever taken of that rig. Everyone on that truck perished that day. They never made it back. That was their last ride. So they'll be dedicated on the car too. We haven't put them on yet. They're going on. Truck 18 or Squad 18. They lost a lot. So we lost 343 firefighters on that day. So.
It's it's almost, I don't know, it's a weird dichotomy that you get all these people together and have them all in one place, and it's such positive energy. But they're there for something that is so tragic. Veterans, disabled vets that need basic necessities, a place to sleep, something to eat, water. Children that have these horrible diseases that, I don't know any child who's ever said, for Christmas, can you give me cancer? Or, for my birthday, I want a brain tumor. But like I was saying about Connor, I got to meet him that one time at the bash, and I spoke to him for all of about a minute and a half.
He made your day light up, though, didn't he?
Well, he did. And I've never seen, and it's a terrible thing to say, I have 3 kids, but I've never seen a child with that strength of character before. To know at 11, 12 years old, you're dying. There's nothing you can do to stop it. You're being offered a ride in the Batmobile, your favorite superhero, and you turn it down because you're worried about if your little brother's going to be able to fit in. I mean, to me, that really struck home with me.
Well, that, in a way that fits in with, like we're doing with the 9/11. These kids will never be forgotten at the bash. Yeah. They'll never be forgotten. Even the ones that survived.
Yep.
Will not be forgotten. McKenna has,
and that was one of the most uplifting things I've seen when they were doing those laps, and she kind of slowed down a little bit and was getting winded.
And John
said, "Do you want me to carry you?" And she's like, "No, I got this." And she finished strong. That was, I don't think there was a dry eye in the place.
She's my hero. She's my superhero, McKenna.
She is amazing. She has definitely got some kind of superpowers.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a little, we miss the kids being there, but we understand.
Oh, that being said, next October, Steve, we're going to do an event like we did for McKenna for 4 Diamonds. Back at David Stewart Farm, Steve and I and Stephanie Maitland, we're going to raise some money for kids with cancer next October.
She wants to get back.
Probably early October.
Yeah, she wants to get back for everything they did for McKenna, and we said she asked us to join her on it, and we said we'd be there. Stephanie's another great person. She's always been there for us. So, we got to be there for the same people that helped us.
Yep. So we'll have a date for that so people can set that time aside, because I know October is like really, really busy. It might even be like late September, but we'll get that date for you guys ASAP. So we'll ask you, hold a date and come out and help the kids.
Right. Pam and I, we put our time into this and everything else, but
we're not having a ride this year. No.
Yeah, it's you people that show up and all the stars that come and set up for free and do this for us. It's amazing how, it's not us that do it. It's you who come to the event and give your time in that. That's what makes this event successful. It's just Pam and I are just the people that ask the question and get the venue, and get the venue place. That's it. Otherwise, you think we're running it? You are running it. You just don't realize you're the ones that are running it, and we're thankful for you to come and spend your time with us and do this, because without you, we have nothing.
Well, what's pretty amazing now? Back to the beginnings when you had that first one where you had it at that restaurant next door to the
Yeah.
building, and then you had to go to different things to.
Yep.
Wow.
That first year, we raised money for Wounded Warrior Project.
Huge charity.
We did Helen. We met Helen that year, so we gave her money for PA Wounded Warriors, and we gave money to John Buckman. So we had 3 charities the first year.
Right, there's 3, yeah.
Yeah.
See, and now Jim and I missed the first one. We didn't
Yep.
come into the second one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had the National Wounded Warriors, PA Wounded Warriors, and John.
Yeah.
So there was 3, which said only 1, but there was a whole bunch of
We had 3.
things that people didn't know back then.
Right. But I mean, it's again, you know, as much as we all would love to see Miss Helen, you've got to be safe.
Yeah.
And you know, like you said, she's in advanced age, and we want her to be around as long as we can keep her because we're selfish. So
right. It's true.
it is, and if her not coming to the bash gives her more time to be on this earth and do the wonderful things she does, and so be it. You know.
Absolutely. Yep.
Because she'll be there in spirit, and who knows? Maybe you can arrange like a Zoom thing where she can come on and say something to the people or something like that. You know.
That's good. I didn't think of that.
You know,
Yep.
for maybe open ceremonies or something, you have her on
Yeah.
on a Skype or a Zoom or something. So, and you know, and I talked with her last time, and she was telling me, you know, less than 5% of all the monies they raise goes to overhead, pens, notebooks, you know, things that they need.
Right.
But none of the people take money. No, they're all volunteer. Everything else goes to
Strain my eyes.
to the vets. It's bigger there.
Oh. Technology has changed.
You know, today, I saw today, you know, down at the border, I guess they released figures of how they're being inundated in their southern border with all the illegal immigrants and stuff like that. But they also released what the American taxpayer has had to pay this year for what's going on down there. And it was something like $345 billion.
Oh, wow.
And I can't help but believe if the government was functional at some level, that $345 billion that would be available to help the citizens of this country, whether it be our vets or sick children or any of that stuff. I mean, that's some serious money. I'm not talking million. I'm talking $1 billion. Wow. We're being inundated, and it's like, I don't know, that was just sickening to me, because that's really not the fault of the citizens. That's just our government can't get its act together. I don't care which side of the equation you're on. I mean, we got gross incompetence down there, and it's just maddening.
Luckily, we don't have such incompetence up here in this neck of the woods. And you know, this year is going to be so much more special for the main reason of it's been 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
People can't wait to get in and see each other again, you know, and so that's going to make the energy there that much more positive and that much bigger. Plus, that also means you've had 2 years to think up some stuff and come up with some ideas, and you know that gave birth to the dunk tank and the barbecue guy down the street, and the movies. So yeah, the cigar lounge. I've seen pictures of people. This thing is fantastic.
It's called
Even
the
if you
Perfect
don't smoke
Straw.
cigars, even if you don't smoke cigars, it is beautiful.
It is. Nice. So we may have lost a few things. For those who are just coming on, we won't have the chopper there this year. The chopper is on high standby from all the forest fires that are happening out west. So they need the trailer that sits on if they have to take a chopper down south somewhere. So they're on high alert right now. So they.
Yep, you're right, Stephanie. Biggest family reunion ever.
Yeah.
There'll be so much more to do anyway that you.
Yeah.
I think it's going to refresh all of our spirits. I think all of us at various times have just felt sort of the weight of the world on us, and I really do think just being able to see everybody who's around. I know I had a really neat experience this year. My particular church had been shut down because of COVID.
Following weekend,
and we weren't having meetings. And the very first time they opened them back up, so we were able to go there, I just walked in there, and the spirits of just the spirituality of getting in there and being able to be back in church, but then all the people that we had lost in the last, that period due to COVID or other things. I got to tell you, there were so many there. And I don't know that I've ever walked into any haunted place and picked up on so much spirit. It was overwhelming. And I had been tagged to give a talk that day. And as I'm walking in, I'm getting very emotional from all the spirits. It's just like dumping on me. And I sit there and said, spirits, you got to back off or I'll never get through this. So I did have to, when I got up, I did recognize everyone there. And then they sort of did back off where I could get my talk in. But I think it's going to be sort of similar, just that we'll be able to see each other. It's not going to be perfectly normal because it isn't, but it's going to seem very normal. And I think that'll just help bolster all of us up.
It's going to feel very comfortable for us.
It is. And it's a little more strength and determination to see this thing through and to
Speaking
fight.
of talking, I believe Friday we have a roundtable discussion, don't we, Jim?
Yeah.
I know we're in it.
Yeah, you're going to hit me with the round table.
Yeah.
Well, we've got, 40 of them in the house now?
Yeah, we got plenty to. I guess we're taking some out of the Hoover house.
Like wrestling. Just. But who else is going to be there for that? I know it's Jim and I. I know there was like
for the round table, let me pull it up. It up.
Pam, pull the list up.
Yeah, it sounds pretty bad if they're just promoting you and I.
Yeah, I know. The shortest roundtable discussion ever.
Yeah.
It'll be a small meeting of the minds.
Yeah.
Mind, he's the only one here. Jim.
Got to have a round table to get you back to where you started.
Let me pull up the itinerary because I don't want to miss anyone. So, Chris Sanders will be joining you guys. I know that.
I think I'm on it, ain't I?
Yeah, you're on it. Wait a minute.
Great.
Sorry, guys. A lot to go through here.
Stocks are plummeting.
All right, Pam. Where's that list? Are you prepared?
All right, here we go. So we start Friday, noon to 6. Of course, our vending will be open. So Friday speakers, we're going to start with the speakers and I'll work my way through the itinerary. Friday speaker 2:30 to 3:15 is Sam Baltros. 3:30 to 4:15 is Jack Kennett and Carly Hall. At 4:30 to 5:15 is Adam Bonnet. And then at 5:45 to 6:30 is the Women's Roundtable. And that will be Ellie McNeil, Gina Bankston, Chris Theron, Pam Barry, Carly Hall, and Kat Cooper. And then at 6:45, Paranormal Roundtable will be Steve Barry, John Ruggiero, Bob Christopher, Jack Hanna, Jim Wyrick, Dave Heaney, and Russ Stiver. I don't really have an end time, although Margaritaville, the party, will start at 8. But you guys can keep talking because I know how men are.
We're gonna be in Margaritaville.
They'll be
talking?
And then Saturday.
Talk to us out by the cigar lounge.
Okay, Saturday, 12 noon is our opening ceremony. John Buckland, Batman, will be offering a prayer and some words of wisdom. And maybe if you want to say a prayer,
I'd be glad.
we would love for you to do that. And then our speakers then will be at 12:30 to 1:15, Mark Nesbitt. 1:30 to 2:15, Chris DeCheveret. 2:30 to 4:15 is Richard Esta. 3:30 to 4:15 is Scott Porter and Stephanie Burke. 4:30 to 5:15 is James Anito and Carl Johnson. And then there's going to be a demonology roundtable, 5:15 to 6:15 with Jeff Leeper, Carl Johnson, James Anito, and Dave Giuliano. And anyone else who kind of wants to join that, because I didn't really have enough demonologists. So anyone's welcome to join. At 8 o'clock, we will be showing Dave Spink's movie trailer. Melissa, I can't say that word. Melissa
Malefice?
Malefice.
Yeah, Malefice.
And then 9:30 is Bash at the Bash at the Cigar Lounge in the parking lot. But now we're going to be putting Gene's movie on also. Then Sunday, we only have a couple speakers on Sunday. 12:30 to 1:15 is Dr. Don Molnar. And 1:20 to 2 o'clock is Joe Hawk. And that's about it.
Sounds like a pretty full weekend.
It is. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. I'm going to be tired before it starts because I'll get off work.
I'm going to see some of these people because I've been to a couple of these and I still haven't seen the first presentation. I get stuck at our table and I ain't seen anybody yet.
Our speakers are truly, truly wonderful.
You're not going to see them this year either. We at the Hoover House.
You got two tables this year. You got to put a chair right in between the tables, man, on each. Are you here for the Hoover House? Oh, you're not. You're okay.
We have like a tie.
We may have a late.
Here's what you do. You get a T-shirt that has a Hoover House on one side and Kansas on the other, and depending on who they would have talked to, just turn the shirt around.
Think of that.
Or like a reverse.
We didn't even think of that. Let's do it.
Hey guys,
listen to this.
A late potential addition to the bash. On one of those days, it doesn't matter which, maybe even both. Mm-hmm. We'll check with our tables. We're having a session tomorrow, so we'll talk to them and see if we have a couple of our tables here that want to go over to the Wyndham for the bash, and we could maybe get a little room or some area, and we could have some sessions over there with the tables. See what comes up. What direction.
Most of the things have. They'll be able to tip. They might not be able to do what they normally do because of all that thick carpet. But
we'll see.
But yeah.
I mean, I may be able to get a plastic one or even, but like you said, just tipping or moving, that might be really interesting with all the various people there in this field. I mean, how many people there have never done that?
Right.
So it'd be really neat to be able to, and our tables work during the day.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. I have a feeling one of them put it in my head. So we'll ask the tables tomorrow. See if that's.
Look, Mike Simpson says you can see at least one.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to be at one.
So yeah, we'll check with our tables tomorrow, and if they're on board with that, I think we might have a late edition. We can say
Next year we'll build that into.
Didn't even think about it.
Me neither. We'll build it into the itinerary next year.
Yeah. No, I don't know. They may refuse us tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, we want a vacation.
No vacation.
But we'll see. Yeah, I mean I'm just thinking with the variety of people there and all the various strengths and skill sets that are going to be present there, that'd be pretty wild.
Yeah, definitely.
And I know one thing that I personally want to do that week, next weekend, is sit and have a chat with Cisco, because she is very knowledgeable about the Native American spirit, of which Jim, you and I are absolutely not.
No, I know. Yeah, and I'd like to get a smudge cleaning from. What's going on?
I don't know. He's got some kind of noises going off. He's making a goofy noise over here. I wonder if I need to have a chaperone.
It's just going.
Really, I don't think.
They just opened, right. Now they just opened the borders just this past week, right?
Yeah.
To I think for the first non-essential, crossing the borders, and then you do have to have, from what I understand, you have to have vaccination.
Do you?
Yeah, the Canada was insisting on.
Well, I don't understand that. Not to go in that route real quick, but like, why are they putting that out? You have to be vaccinated when, say, you had COVID. You are vaccinated with your own antibodies.
Well, now they may have written those exclusions in, Steve. The problem has been so far is, and a lot of people have got it, and they have the natural immunity, and that's been a big complaint, is that, there isn't like a card signifying that person has an immunity because of that very thing. So hopefully, I don't know, maybe Canada's a little smarter than the United States and addressed that. I don't know, but I do know that that's one of the insistence that Canada did have on this non-essential.
I'm not planning on going to Canada anyway, so I'm not worried about it. But
seriously,
New York City, you can't go to these restaurants without showing a card. You know what?
It says online. It says, despite restrictions at the land border, Canadians are allowed to fly into the U.S. regardless of their vaccination status, if they have present proof of a negative COVID-19 test administered during the 3 days before their travel.
Oh,
right. Okay.
But I don't know if that's just for flying or if that driving across too. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But either way, with her just getting out of the hospital and having COVID, I don't think she'd physically be up to it.
Well, luckily, she was back on her show this past Sunday, so that's good.
Okay, well, that's good.
I want to give out a shout out to someone. I want to give a shout out to. I don't know if you can see it.
Can't see it. See a white line.
Too white. All right. Anyway, it's from Jeffrey Mike, and it has a picture of a guy, and it says updated her cover photo. If you're gonna try scamming me, change it to his, not hers. That didn't work for you, whoever that was. But I thought that was pretty funny today because I get it this morning.
Jeffrey Mike changed her photo.
Yeah, Jeffrey Mike, whatever his name was there, Jeffrey Michael, whatever. Changed her photo. Like, okay, that was a good try, but that didn't work.
Oh, I guess too. So everyone knows, I don't think we could. There is as far as the chart, how like the expense of getting in. I don't think we went over that.
It's $20 per person, and that's for 3 days.
That's for the whole 3 days.
Yeah, it's not.
Or
if
they're just coming in for a day. Is there a? If
They can come in. They can come in for a day. It's still $20.
Okay.
Each table that people rent, if people have a table, two people are free. We'll give 2 wristbands per table, 2 chairs per table.
Yeah, I don't think we'd announced that. So
yeah, we didn't.
No, I mean it's again with the gap in time. It's going to be just so nice just to take a step back, raise money for some awesome charities, and get to see everybody again. Not having to be rushed around, and we got to, because the last time we had the.
You just heard somebody in the parlor.
What?
They just heard someone downstairs.
Nice.
Yeah. Did you hear that?
We heard that earlier.
We had Stevens, and we were doing investigations each night too, and that was 4 nights in a row. So doing all 4 nights investigations, plus being up and being at the bash, we were worn out. You know, we were exhausted. We're sitting at the table, and it looked like we weren't having a good time. Hell, you guys, I think you got a picture. Haley sleeping on the floor behind the table. That was just, you know, that was us trying to do too much in one weekend. So
did we open up earlier?
Yeah.
I think we opened at 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, since we're not doing any investigations this year, we might open up at 10 again. We'll ask people.
Yeah.
We'll ask all the vendors, and then if so, we'll make an announcement on the time. See what they want. I think a lot of them like to have breakfast, relax with the family, and then open up. It's up to them.
Right.
Then, you know, it all depends on crowds, too. Crowds might start showing up at 10 o'clock, and we're not open until 12, and then we might turn them away. So
now, I don't know what any of the vendors have as far as square or anything like that set up. So anybody that's coming that's maybe looking to get some merch, I would definitely recommend hitting an ATM and bringing cash.
Yeah.
Beforehand. I mean, like I said, there may be people who have squares, you know, better to have the cash and not need it than need it and have to run out. And that last extra large shirt is gone.
They have an ATM on the premise.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it may.
It ran out.
Last time.
Did
it? Ran out of cash. Yep.
And I know that someone tried to get a reservation for Thursday night. I'm going to call and see if there's a room, but I think Thursday nights they're gone. So
are there any rooms left? I don't think there are there? I think
we did really well.
So, Jim may have.
I think there's a couple.
Some leftover
in
Houston.
On Saturday and Sunday. I mean, Friday and Sunday.
There might be some queens left. There might be. I'd call. But the block is over, right? The block is over. So now you're on your own.
Well, if you call and ask to go into the block, they will squeeze people in still.
Well, okay.
Yeah. You just can't do it through the app anymore.
Yeah, you can't do the app, and you can't. And I wouldn't go through any booking agent online.
No, I'd call the hotel.
You're gonna pay more. I'll tell you that right now because I think the rooms are $200 some now online for August as we get closer. They were doing that one bike week. They were getting $500 a room. Woo. These hotels, $500 a room.
I'll sleep on the damn bike. Oh,
yeah,
they were, and that was at the Eisenhower.
That's a negative Ghost Rider. That pattern is full.
So that's there again. So.
Wow. Well, and look, and then they show up with the thing. I was going to buy one of everything from you, but I had to pay $500 for the room, so all my goddamn spending money is gone.
Yeah.
Shit on that, man. I mean, I know for me personally, it's going to be very strange because, like I said, I work Thursday, so I get up at like 5:30 in the morning, work Thursday, come over Thursday afternoon, help with whatever needs to be done. We do our show there. I'm out. Get home. It's going to be around 11. I get back up 5:30 Friday morning, go to work, get out of work, go right over to the bash. So Friday evening, I am going to be Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we are like almost out of time. So if anybody wants to come and investigate tomorrow night, Friday,
that's true. We Friday the 13th investigation tomorrow night.
What is it? 8 o'clock we start.
8 o'clock. $35 a person. We've got 2 rooms available. 717-521-7465. Come and investigate.
And I'll be here in the afternoon to start welcoming anybody in. So,
and I'll come over after I get off of work and go home and wash all the filth off of me and put on some clothes that aren't grease and sweat. So.
Well, thanks everybody for tuning in, and we really hope to see as many people as possible at the bash. And please, and I've been asking prayers for safe travels for everyone.
Not for me.
And thanks to Steve and Pam for everything they do, not just at the Bash, but here at the house and with the store at Gettysburg Ghost Exchange, your one-stop ghost shop, the largest paranormal store on the East Coast.
Stephanie, Mike,
Stephanie,
Mary,
Mike,
all you guys, thanks so much.
Corey, Eric, everybody. And, thank you for allowing Jim and I to earn your trust and your respect and work our way into your circle of trust.
The Bird family's flown in from Salt Lake already. They're on the East Coast, of course. They just had to escape the smoke over there.
Yeah. Oh.
So,
for those who didn't see the last, before the Bash, the Equinox that we revealed, that'll be at the Bash too, along with Blackout.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to see that car again.
Love you, Steph. See you soon.
Great. Well, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I need to drive home and go to bed. And we will see you next week at the 5th annual 4th physical Gettysburg Battlefield Bash. Everybody, excuse me, have a safe weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining Dave and Jim on Doorway to the Dead. Catch us next week right here at 8 p.m. every Thursday as we open the door to paranormal discussion and more.